How to set up WideVPN PPTP VPN on DD-WRT router. Here's how to set up WideVPN PPTP VPN on your DD-WRT router. For this tutorial we will assume that your router has already been flashed with DD-WRT firmware and that your router's IP address is set to 192.168.1.1. You also must be sure your router first has internet access and that your local network and ISP configuration allows PPTP or L2TP/IPsec. Connect to the DD-WRT router via Ethernet cable or by logging into the wireless network DD-WRT. Open a new web browser and access the following address, http://192.168.1.1. Please first set your network connection to obtain the IP address automatically if you connect via Ethernet. Next, go to Setup, then select Basic Setup. Under Connection Type select PPTP. Under Use DHCP select Yes. Under the Gateway, PPTP Server, enter the IP address of the WideVPN PPTP server you want to connect. These IPs can be found in your client area under My Servers. You will use the VPN username and password you chosen at sign up. Under username enter your WideVPN username. Under password, enter your WideVPN password. Click to enable PPTP encryption. Click to disable STP. Click MTU change to manual and set to 1460 as value. Enter an IP address for the DD-WRT access point. Note, if this is, then you must set a different local IP address than your main router. Default is 192.168.1.1, however if you're connected to another router you should set this to 192.168.1.2. Enable DHCP server and uncheck all three checkboxes for, use DNS mask for DNCP, use DNS mask for DNS and DHCP authoritative. Click Apply Settings. Click on Security then Firewall and set to Disabled SPI Firewall. Next, click on Security then click on VPN Pass-Through and enable PPTP Pass-Through. Click Apply Settings. To make the settings take effect, click on Administration tab, scroll down and click on Reboot Router. After the router reboots it should now connect to the VPN automatically. Now you can check the connection status by going to Status-1 tab. If login status say connected then it and rs quo, OK. If not, click to connect, wait for about 30 seconds and check if your IP has been changed on www.whatismyip.com. There are many reasons why a DD-WRT connection may fail to connect correctly. The most common issues are down to little errors like using the wrong TG service login username or password and server details. Even having the incorrect time and date can impact on the connections. Troubleshooting DD-WRT, here is a checklist of common causes and fixes. 1. Try setting use DNS mask for DNCP, use DNS mask for DNS and DHCP authoritative to enabled as well as disabled. 2. Ensure the IP of the DD-WRT router is not conflicting with your main router. If your main router is currently 192.168.1.1, DD-WRT has to be in the same subnet. An example of these is 192.168.1.51. 3. Ensure the DD-WRT is connected to any other router from its WAN port. 4. You could also try setting the DD-WRT router to a static connection from the basic setup page. 5. Go to your LAN settings and manually change your IP address, subnet mask and gateway so it's pointing to the DD-WRT router. You may also need to change the DNS servers. If you do not want to use your ISP's DNS you can use Google DNS 8.8.8.8 and 8.8.4.4. 6. If you have set up a PPTP connection, try adding MPPT required no 40 no 56 stateless into the additional PPTP settings text area. 7. If you have set up a PPTP connection please ensure the PPTP pass-through is enabled from Security-VPN pass-through. 8. Try disabling the firewalls on your routers or modems. These can quite often cause connection issues. Once it's determined that a firewall is not causing the problem it can always be re-enabled. 9. MTU settings can quite often cause problems. You could try lowering the MTU settings by adding this command on a new line, below verb 3, on your OpenVPN configuration file, ton MTU 1110. It's very important that your router has the correct time and date.